drop it onto nothing complex, but just like a JPEG of a like waiting room or something. Like what happens if you bring Jack and I into different locations? How does that change the scene?
I can try and put Jack. I can try and bring Jack into to give Jack a virtual background.
Or even, is it possible to double Jack? So you've got Jack and I on stage and Jack and I on Zoom. Have a body.
Do you mean so Jack would join you on stage here?
Yeah,
so not just an image of you, but Jack as well, somehow.
Yeah, it's a question. It's not a.
I can. I don't know what I would do. I mean, at the moment, I've positioned you as a head and shoulders behind that augmented body of you in the gown. I'm not sure how I would augment Jack. How we want to augment Jack into a situation, because we're going to get Jack's cut off at just below their shoulders.
But try sticking Jack on top of the pillow behind me as a kind of like peering down, looming presence.
Yeah.
Okay, I can try and do something. Well, something I can try and do here that was some reason it was in here earlier on was to have. You see, if I put Jack in there, and Jack fills the screen there. I'm afraid that's just Jack filling the screen. But I could have. What I could do is, so I could have Jack in there, but then Jack would need to be behind you as well. So I don't want. I'm losing you. Yeah, I mean it's because Jack is a head and shoulders shot. So whatever we do with Jack's image has to be sort of incorporated into something that would give Jack a natural setting, so it doesn't look like they're just a head and shoulders floating in midair. So they'd have to be behind an object or behind another body like you are.
Yeah, I was thinking about whether even just like them looming behind my head.
Above, so smaller but above. So
yeah,
something.
As if I'm lying in a bed and they're stood behind it.
So they would be. Sort of up here somewhere.
Yeah, which does look quite a light. Especially if we could, in that second one, try and remove their background.
Yeah, I can. I mean, you see how Jack's arms are a little bit up, they are a bit cut off, so I'd need to make sure Jack is that bit smaller, that they're not going to look like they're hanging over the back of the side of the pillow. So I have to bring them down quite a bit. Minor adjustments. So something like that. Now I could try and get rid of the background now as well. But they do appear like they're a head above you.
I think that's something also that if it kind of conceptually works,
yeah.
we can refine by creating a layer for them to have a body.
Okay. Bear with me for a moment. Sure. Let's see if I can just get the right camera feed into here, that we get. Let me just try external. Let's be external feed. So I wonder whether we might need. I might just try something quickly. Oh, does this work? Nope. 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 Let's just go to. I'm just trying to make sure we can bring in. I know why. I think that's enough. I think I know why. Let me just put that away for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Please just do say the word if I can move somewhere less busy. I can always jump on the sofa and then it's lush behind me.
Don't worry, Jack. I'm just trying to figure out the combination of bringing you in the right position. That's all. I think I remember now. 1 second. I think I need to put you. Which input is it? VMix external 1, 2, 3. Settings. Okay. Let me just bear with me for a moment.
Yeah, no problem.
Output. 3 is input 4. Okay. No, not that one. Okay, let's look at that one. VMix external 2 is output. VMix external 2, that's the output. VMix external 2. Input 1. Input 3, 4. External 3. It should be 3. I don't know why it's not working. How weird. Camera busy. Okay, yeah, don't worry. That's alright, I understand that. I'm having trouble getting that image into the program that I normally use for doing background segmentation. I can't get Jack into it. I'm not quite sure why. To lose that background. around Jack. Oh. Jamie, it's not. I don't think I can't do it today. That one. I think we have to find another approach that you might want to explore. It's difficult for me to figure out. I know I've set up with you previously. Jack could call in on a different number. We can see if that works. I wonder whether Jack, I sent you all of those. Do you remember I sent you all of the passwords?
Yeah.
There's one for Jackie as well. Is it Jackie? Miss Jackie?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yep. If you could use that, could you call it? Could you disconnect on the number you're on and call in on that number instead, and we'll see whether that works. I might be able to do it that way. Now. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's good. I've got you in there now. I can see you. Let me just try and see where that comes through. No, not that one. Yes, now I've got you. Aha. That's good. Okay. That's good. Let me just do some settings on here. 1 second. Input 2. Yeah, okay. Input 2. Fine. That's good. But why is it not working there? Now? Okay, I've got that in there. Should be. Yes. Right. Good. Okay, got you working. Got you. Good. So let me just change a few things around. Bear with me. We're back into the scene again now. I know you can see yourself frozen there, Jack, but don't worry.
Yeah.
I've got you in there now. Let me just do a few slight adjustments. Layers. I'm going to bring. So you might want to communicate with Jackie when we do it on Thursday. It doesn't. We may have to bring Jackie. Swap yours with Jackie, if that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So so that's that one. Then I've got.
Yeah, let me know at the end of this, and I can always correct it.
Yeah. Okay. This was the way it was set up before, you see, which is why it worked. It worked fine. And there we are. Right, now you're both. Now, Jamie, do you see what I've got there for you now? Now, so Jack is now above you as the Doctor, and Jack is also in the kind of Zoom context window as well.
We could, in theory, in view to create a body for Jack, for example.
Yeah, I mean, if we have an image of Jack's body, we could, or of a body that you want Jack to be on, then we can do that in a similar way that we've done it with you.
Yeah, I don't think we're necessarily into it now, but it's something that we could do,
Mm-hmm.
so that we had Jack, so we have this sense that we're both on the Zoom call,
Mm-hmm.
in like normal clothes for like an office meeting.
Yes.
But also the sense that we're in hospital with. So it might be that for one of them, the doctor is wearing like a shirt and tie.
Yes.
And the other, the doctor is wearing scrubs or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we could try and do that, and I can try and figure. I mean, I'm not sure whether we'll get another chance to try and do that, but that's an overnight job to put that bit of digital scenography together.
Oh, indeed, but it's more that I'm thinking about just projecting like what I'm wanting to take forward as we go.
Yeah. Did you want to try and? I mean, in a sense, would it be worthwhile trying to do some a short sort of work through with your script with Jack here
Yeah, I think
today, or because that might help as well in terms of timing and trying to figure out your timings of things and how you feel this scene might work. I mean, it does go from this shot to, I haven't actually adjusted that one yet. There's this shot as well. So let me just, the small things I've got to do here is bring Jack in there, and then you would fade out on there. I don't know. There's this following shot it goes to, so it zooms from here. Oh, weird. I don't know why that suddenly happened. There's something where you did a strange thing. Don't know why that happened. So sorry, it fades to black. This scene fades up from black, and then there's it transitions. Aha! I see. I know why. I don't know why that image of you. I'd need to put that image of you separately, I think. Oh dear. Okay, let's just work with this shot for the moment. This first shot, then, shall we?
Yeah, sounds good. Chantal, if you get those, if you grab those and just bring them over once you've got them, and we'll do those while we're doing everything else.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this, Sam? What do you want to try and...
So,
I've lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is. There it is, there it is.
I guess the creative question is around the effect now,
Yeah.
and it's only midday, and it's that flush that I need, so there's no hope for what I don't until 1. So if you grab the flush syringe, so we've got this sense of like Jack and I on a Zoom call,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like trying to imagine what it would be like to have quite a you've got like quite a clean cut Zoom call, either side quite a menacing hospital scene, almost, and that kind of how the duality works is weird of interest. Also, it's interesting with another figure in here. I've just realised that also changes kind of the dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just for reasons of practicality rather than creativity.
Well, that of course could be also your performer from Singapore as well. Could be doing that as well.
Actually, that if they're green screened, instead of
Yeah,
Jack,
yeah.
they could be patched in.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Because we're coming to this from the panel,
Yep.
aren't we? So we've got something really cold,
Yeah.
and then we're coming into this kind of this conversation is meant to be almost an interlude of warmth because it's cut either side with coldness of the panel.
Do you want to look at the scene before, just to sort of talk you through what you're talking about? So you've got the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, so we've got that.
I can show you that quickly. Jack might like to see it as well. So this is all a simulated Zoom meeting. These are the pictures. The still pictures will be live pictures, just like Jack's coming in. So this fades down. It opens up with this scene here.
I'm still just seeing me.
You're still seeing you?
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
I know it's
I'm still just seeing giant me.
panel chair's headed a bit to move. So
Oh.
it was just a different place in the image, that's all.
How about now, Jack?
No, it's still just my big face.
Really? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, hang on, hang on.
That's the same for me, Paul. For the last
Really?
sort of 10 minutes, I've just had Jack's.
Oh, really?
face.
Oh,
Yeah.
blimey! Right,
I've
hang on.
tried logging out and coming back in.
I've got some. Okay, then in that case, we've got. I see. Hang on. I can see that now. Okay, let me just check something else. How about now?
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I can see
sorry.
a Zoom call
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So sorry. I changed something. That was me trying something out, trying to bring Jack in on a different line. So just before we go any further, so they're watching. I'll run that scene again so you didn't see it. Okay. So it starts a bit like this. Okay. So the doctor in this place is not the doctor. No, sorry. That's Edward. Edward's face we've put in there on, and then the Zoom call starts. Da 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 da. They go into the Zoom call. This is all automated. Then it comes up, flashes up with the person starting the call. Admits somebody that I guess the actor will be talking about what they're doing or trying to sort of, I don't know, mumbling around. I guess I don't know. It's up to Jamie how that pans out. But there we go. It moves around. The scene ends there, and now all those 4 images will be live, and they can of course talk to each other. They'll all be brought into vMix.
Great.
And they can start chatting like they're in a Zoom meeting. And then after that, we then fade. It fades out to black and then fades up, and it's Jamie and the Doctor
Right.
scene here.
It's interesting seeing it all coming together on the screen.
So, what you can do, I mean, yeah, okay, we'll leave it there for the minute. But that's the scene that you're gonna go into, Jamie, when you have your conversation.
So one interesting concept then for that transition might be that instead of just the panel fading out and then this coming up, could the panel fade out into the space that Jack is now in? So we see them disappearing into that computer screen, as if we're zooming out on their screen. Again, I don't mean could we do that now, I mean generally could it be done?
That their actual screen zooms out into the size of Jack's screen.
So that what you get the sense of is
Yeah.
that you suddenly get the sense that actually the phone call was happening on the screen that Jack's on now.
Right. It could. I mean, in a sense. Let me just try that. I'll show you what it could do. So this would need a bit more post production to do this, but which we might not have a lot of time to do. But let me just show you what you may want to do. So the scene is zoom start 6. I think it's zoom. I can't remember which zoom image it is, but okay, let's say not that one. That one there. So if that was zoom start 6, it could be like that, and then it would zoom to that one. Then it would go to that one there.
Yeah, because I think there's something about, like, you then get the sense of, like, are the panel watching me when they're not, when I'm not? Like, you get the sense of, like, yeah. And then maybe if that then shrinks in that box and the Doctor appears,
And then you fade.
then we don't need a fade.
So when does Jack come into there?
So now, the image of the 4 faces
Yes.
panel,
Yeah.
if that just shrinks to a point and vanishes and then Jack appears.
Oh, okay.
So I think there's something really interesting now there about not knowing who's watching who and when.
Sure. Okay. That I
Jack
wouldn't.
just appears instead of them and just vanishes and swaps over.
Yeah.
Flicks the screen and now you've got something
Okay.
new on.
Okay. I won't be able to do that on the fly at the moment, but I'm just showing you that what potential is possible. But I think what we might be better, just in terms of trying to use your. I mean, it's obviously this is you want to get the best result you've got of transitions, but maybe it might be worthwhile just trying to sort of test this out in terms of the dialogue and how it fits for you with Jack. If there's things you don't that may be a surprise, or you want to try and we hadn't thought it. I didn't think it was going to do that sort of thing. Let me just try and bring Jack back in there at the moment. So once the Zoom panel have disappeared into this screen and then disappeared, and then Jack appears. Where are you? I haven't got your scripts with me, but where are you in your script? Do you think there?
So panel, we've had the welcome from the chair, and then we've had the rather unpleasant social workers kind of, well, I didn't expect that back. And so we cut from that into this kind of warmer scene. I think that having them appear on this, like having them go to the screen where Jack is and then go, works really well because it keeps that slightly eerie panopticon sense.
Okay.
I don't have any way to hear Jack at the moment, so I won't.
That's true. Can you not hear Jack at all? That's true. How about we were going to try and get your earbuds fixed up to this, weren't we?
Bluetoothing my hearing aids, that is another kind of step.
Yes.
Can we just use speakers at the moment?
Do we have? I don't know if we have any speakers we can
The
use.
laptop speakers.
Oh, the laptop speakers. Yes. Luke. Oh, my Windows 11 guru. How we change the audio from my headphones to the laptop speakers? Yes. I hope Jamie can hear it through there.
There we go. Maybe.
I'm just going to say some words to see if you can hear me.
Jack, can I give us a
I'm
one,
just going to
two?
be 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm just going to keep saying things so that if you do get the sound, you'll
Jack,
hear
can
me.
I hear you?
I can hear you.
Jack now.
That's fine. I'm going to just keep 1, 2ing and speaking so that you'll get me when it comes
Don't
in.
worry.
Oh, that's all right.
Let me have to hear us. Can you hear us, Jack? Give us
I can hear you.
Right,
Jack's coming through there.
back on my
Are
headphones.
you getting me now?
I get you now. Back on my headphones. We're just trying to get you through to the speakers on the Does it not?
That's
These
why.
TVs don't have speakers, do
There you
they?
go, Jack.
I'm just going to speak, see if you've got me. Oh, I can hear myself.
Ah, yes.
That's why. It's because, well, you'll get an input from Paul's
Microphone.
mic, and then, yeah, that's also why.
Cool.
So I don't know whether we can mute. Can we mute you on the call, Paul?
No, because then they're able to hear me, I don't think.
So true. Yeah.
We should be able to do an audio adjustment.
But yeah, that's at least Jack's there.
Jack's got headphones on. You can still hear yourself though.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack, can't you?
Yeah.
Annoyingly, I'm sure.
I mean, I can deal with it if need be. I am very loud. Like louder than I realised.
No, not loud at all. Look, Jamie can't. It's because Jamie's a little bit far away. Can you hear? You can hear Jack. Do these speakers? Do these TVs have speakers on them? They don't, do they?
They do, but I
Don't know how to get them. Because we just thought we might try and get Jack a bit louder.
It's where I can manage with Jack's volume,
You can. Okay.
because I know what Jack's saying.
But you can't hear Jamie though, can you, Jack?
I can hear Jamie very softly.
Very faintly. That's because I've got the microphone around my neck, but we do need a microphone on Jamie, which we do have a small microphone that we're going to use. I don't know if we can get that linked up.
What if instead we just put your headphones on a chair closer to me?
It's possible. It's possible.
Should we grab an extra chair and put one?
I think that's probably going to get much closer than that anyway.
I was just thinking in front of the webcam.
Put it down there on the floor.
How's that, Jack, if I talk loudly?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I'm much softer now, so it's less distracting.
Ah, brilliant. So if I want to look at Jack, I actually have to look in the opposite direction.
Yes, so we'd have to move our screens around the other way. But you're looking. Sorry, Jane. Let's come to the screen a second.
Yeah.
Just get an idea
Oh.
of stage left and right. Now, okay, so yeah. Oh, hang on. I can mirror you. I can flip you. I'll put it. I'll. Let me just mirror you.
That was very surreal.
I'm going to mirror you. I wasn't looking too good there. Let me just mirror the video for Jamie. Great. Now look at Jamie. You should be able to look the right direction.
Brilliant, cool. So if I just look at that monitor, I'm looking at Jack. Which way does Jack have to look at me?
Jack, which way do you want to look? Look, if you're going to look at, if you're going to naturally try and point to Jamie in the screen. Lift your hand up and point to where Jamie is on the picture you can see. Ah, you can see. Okay, so if you point to where, if you sort of pointed in your screen to where Jamie is, imagine you're pointing, you sort of
Sorry, maybe you can't hear Paul well, Jack.
I can't.
So,
He's asking.
Jack. Oh, it's alright, Paul's coming around to talk to you.
Yeah, Jack.
Cool, no worries.
Could you just point to where Jamie is in the picture?
Brilliant.
Does that feel comfortable, or is that mirroring your image, or?
I don't think. I'm not sure. No,
Turn
it's
your
not.
head. Jack, if you turn your head to look at me at the moment, yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm not mirrored.
Yeah. Okay, you're not mirrored.
I don't think so.
Are you looking in real space towards him or away from him?
And both are the same. So if I'm turning my head where Jamie is on the screen and where my head is on the screen, Jamie's there.
Okay. Well, that works. That works.
Because then the thing to play with there about whether looking at each other makes the scene look closer for other people.
I keep
Yeah.
guessing I haven't got a microphone,
Yeah,
so you can't hear me by the computer.
it will do, Jamie. And I think these things are always very interesting. I mean, actually, Jack has got two possible eye lines. He's got that head turn eye line where I think Jack, if you look up a little bit, it will cheat it better. But you can also move from that to looking straight down because you're perched above it. Yeah, so you can actually alternate because you're in two spaces. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that may really work quite interestingly because I really like you perched above him, the sort of the figure looking down at him. So and I think that works really effectively. I mean, one thing I was going to say, I don't think it's a kind of huge issue, the headphones, but it may be give more intimacy if you don't have the headphones. You see
I
what I
can
mean?
take them
Because
off. I can disconnect them and go to my computer.
yeah, because I think particularly in that perched above him mode, there's a real sense of intimacy which the headphones sort of break up and make us
Of course.
know you're remote. Yeah.
So I think that's a note for when we're developing this into performance, is that we want to make sure that if we're using this setup, the actor playing the Doctor has earbuds rather than headphones.
Or they can just listen via their computer as I am. I've got no headphones and it's all working fine. Just using the the internal speakers of the laptop.
But I think if we're having issues with the microphone and volume, then it's useful at the moment to have headphones, I suspect.
Okay.
So then,
The best thing to have is earbuds.
yeah,
I see. I'll call you back. I'm just in a meeting. I'm aware of the tech.
If you have their earbuds, they're discreet enough that no one can see them, but they will do the same for your headphones.
yeah. So for future iterations, then we know that we want to have earbuds.
Yeah. Earbuds is always the way to go, really, because they're just discreet.
Yeah. But I mean, I think this is fine for.
Yeah, sure.
So we've got the options for Jack and I to look at each other, for Jack to be looking down at me, and me me to either be looking up
Yes.
at Jack or
You've got that
for me to be
listening
looking
object,
down
haven't you?
away from Jack.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable? Would you prefer if this monitor was a bit further over here or something, or
It's fine. I can
we can move this? I guess we're only restricted by the power, aren't we?
I can see. I can turn my head enough to see Jack that it
So the
works.
idea is that it's better if it's right away over here.
But then I'll be
way,
doing that.
That way you could, yes, or wherever it's best for you to, maybe in the middle here somewhere.
So for me to look, I'm now comfortably looking at that monitor,
Yes.
and I think I look like I'm looking at Jack.
Yes. Yes.
I think it works quite smoothly.
Yes, I think it does.
Yeah. I think if you cheat it a little more, so that you're not directly looking at the monitor, but just go a little bit further, that way it is more of an eye line, more of a realistic eye line. It doesn't always feel good, but I think a lot of actors working this way, that when they have to cheat their eye line, and they just get the position, hold it, but then come off it, and only turn occasionally to make the eye contact. Because you can also, speak and all that just looking straight forward. But then when you hit the right eye line, it makes a nice realist connection.
Yeah. We're just moving
You
this.
don't have to do it all the time.
I mean, that's about as much head turn as you'll be able to get from me in performance anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Jamie's got only a certain amount of head turn, but I mean, just we're playing with the screen at the moment, just so Jamie's got that feel of
Yeah, I think that looks
field of
really
view
good.
or sort of eye line. That works quite nicely.
Yeah.
This is
Right, well.
recording this now, so we will keep these as notes, all this stuff, all this conversation here. But I mean, what Steve's suggesting there is that, because quite often it was when sometimes people would turn and look the entire opposite way, they actually turn sort of like to look in different directions. So that's also a possibility.
We don't want to be doing that.
Shot, we can't do that. That's fine. You move back and stop there. One thing I haven't done, I'm not going to do it. I can crop you in particular thing as well. So I have removed the chair, which is a problem. But I think it's not a problem actually.
That will do for position for now.
I think it's fine. Yeah. Yes. So Jack. I think Jack was good there. So yes, so it's that kind of. Yeah, I mean, how do you feel? Do you want to play around with the script and the sort of looking around and that sort of feel for the sort
Yeah,
of.
because I think there's a question now if we've got this balance between like slightly menacing in terms of like looking down at me
Yes.
versus like our ability to look at each other and connect.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
So I almost wonder again, this is for further development, not for attempting now,
Yeah.
but having the screens with us on starting very dim, so like a layer of opacity over them
Yes.
that slowly come, and ourselves in the middle being very prominent, that then slowly transitions to ourselves in the middle being almost dimmer and ghost-like, and ourselves on the Zoom being more present.
Okay. That was that. Yeah. I mean, I can't remember exactly how it was, but the following scene, the two images on the left and the right, that zoom them to go darker,
Yeah,
and you're bigger.
yeah,
So it's actually making you larger. And I haven't scaled Jack up to do that at all as yet. So that's a bit of work in post-production to do that.
but this is also work that that I want to make sure that I'm learning how to do and
Sure.
that we're learning how to do.
Yeah.
So possibly for the session after we finish the residency,
Yes.
maybe us doing it from home, screen sharing with you so that you can talk us through it, but we're doing it or something.
Yeah.
Because I think then you get the sense, like, you get initially, because you come from quite a menacing
Mm.
panel,
Yeah. I mean, that's something we can do later.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just wondering, getting the best use of studio time now.
Yes.
How you wanted to try, if you want to just so we can get some recordings and that sort of thing done, and.
So then, this has always had quite a lighter break tone to it, Jack, because it comes between the two really unpleasant panel scenes.
Yeah.
But now, if we run it as like as dark and grim as possible, because I'm interested in how much room there is, if that makes any sense, within the script.
Yeah.
Just to think about nuance.
Yeah.
So we'd cut out from the panel of. Do you want to take us from the last panel scene, Paul, and then into this, and then as it comes up, if Jack comes in?
Yeah. Okay. It will come up the way it was
That's-
arranged before.
However it does it, just as a transition.
Cool. And we're going dark, basically, in tone.
If either of you want to be round where you can see the monitors, you're very welcome.
Yeah. We'll move around. That's the end of that shot. Depends on how long that scene lasts.
Yeah, so we'll just say that it's ending.
Okay. End on that thing. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I didn't expect that back.
So you need to make sure you wear the ventilator every night, and if you're struggling during the day.
Right. Ventilator at night, or if I'm struggling.
Remember the early symptoms of hypercapnia, the morning headaches, or the breathlessness of a chest infection.
So, if I get short of breath, or I have a bad morning headache, I just need to call. Right.
And do you remember which injection was which? This bigger one, that's 3 times a day. That's a bit more painful.
Yeah. I recall, and this one?
That's every 3 hours during the day, but doesn't hurt as much.
Every 3 hours. Right.
And you know about the tube to your intestines?
Just have to be slow and careful with meds in the feeding tube.
And don't forget to squirt this into your bladder every day. That's the biocidal one.
Biocidal. How could I forget? I think I've got it. It's strange. It's startling to realise the difference between life and death is a machine that breathes for me, 2 injections, an extra route into my intestines, and a solution to clean my bladder. Sobering. If it wasn't for modern medicine, Now, I just have to grit my teeth and get through this. The problem with that, of course, is that I couldn't see the monitor a lot of the time because I was deliberately looking away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how that came across and whether you get that sense of disconnect that you can see that we're not, or at least that I'm not looking, or whether that just looks awkward.
I think maybe if we both disconnect, so it's almost bored from the doctor.
Yeah, like, almost a kind of like, almost sort of, oh, for fuck's sake, do we really have to go through this again? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you're looking at your screen and scrolling through emails and, like, not engaged. And I'm not not creating that eye line, not looking at you. So I think almost by having an eye line, we now know how to not have one. And then maybe if there's the odd moment when we possibly at the very beginning, and then again with I think I've got it, if those are moments and we are looking at each other, then that means the fact that we're not looks more deliberate. If you guys want to come so you can see what the monitors are showing, then that's why you don't have to, that's not an instruction.
I did take some pictures.
Cool, yeah, it's just loads of interest as a like.
So I took some pictures while you were doing that.
So, do we want to give this another?
I think you should. I think it was really good. I thought it actually. I mean, you've done it. You know the scripts, but it really. I was quite surprised how well it did work, having never done it quite like this.
I've only performed this section once because we recorded it, so this isn't part of the show for me.
Right.
It's a pre-recorded video, which is why I don't know the lines, because I forgot that I would need to learn them because I'm used to this being a video.
So Jamie, were you using the little screen
Yeah.
to help you?
What I'm going to do though is put it on the other side, so that if I'm doing this kind of like looking away energy, then because now I'm looking at my script, so I won't have to keep cutting back that way for my lines.
Sure.
Cool.
So
And I can just do that.
What was the volume like for you, Steve, in Singapore? Was it all right, the volume? 'Cause I think Jamie's quite away from the microphone. Did you hear me?
Steve, Paul was asking how the volume is for you.
And I was mute. Sorry, I was just mute. Yeah, it was okay. Jack is fine and nice and loud and bright. Jamie is a little too low, so would need to be brought up in the mix, or the microphone placed a little bit closer.
I turned
I mean,
as well.
also, Jamie, I agree with you. It does work absolutely fine to have some eye connection and then to come away. I wouldn't be away all the time though. I think probably through the length of that scene, you need to sort of to go to his eye line maybe 4 times at least, so that there is still a good connection. And then it's that kind of acting conceit of you don't always look at the person, and you're sort of into yourself a bit more. But it does work well to do the connection, and it's good that there is certainly.
So I'm just going to highlight a few places on my script that I feel like they're places where
Oh, yeah, okay.
so the places I'm looking for that I think are probably D47, D53,
Yeah.
D59.
How's that audio now? We'll do an audio check in a minute.
And probably the end of D49. Like the
I think
IT
I feel like that, and D50 there, and do you remember which was which? Which
Ah,
Steve directed you?
I think, yeah. So then, I think maybe there it's the fact that I look at you when you ask that, and then I look away before I answer. Because I should know and I don't.
Cool, so I'll look to you with that question.
Yeah. So I'm looking to you at the beginning of D47. Right. Ventilator at night, or if I'm struggling. And then have a bad morning headache, I just need to call. Alright. And then I'll look to you again for when you said which injection was which, a sort of.
Can I just check one thing? Because, Jamie, your dialogue is quite low naturally because of the way you're speaking it in the script. That's fine. I just want to make sure, to do a sound check, could you just read a little bit of it so I can just get the levels? And Steve, just let me know if you think it needs to be a bit louder, or because you're hearing the actual, or Jack, either of you, both of you. Just let me know if you can hear Jamie clearly enough.
So, if I get short of breath or have a bad morning headache, I just need to call. All right.
Yes, that's excellent. It's a lot better than it was. Can we just hear Jack to compare?
Yep, this is me. 1, 2. So you need to make sure you wear the ventilator every night, and if you're struggling during the day.
Okay, the volume is fine. There's a lot of echo on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the reason is I need to install a plug-in. Potentially could do that.
Okay, I mean, I presume,
Don't worry.
as long as you're aware and you can resolve that.
Yeah.
Great.
Let me
That's
hold
good.
it one up.
Can I just see, Jack, can I just see your eye line for Jay?
Yeah, sure, 1 second. So what to Jamie?
Yeah. Is that for Jamie now? Just show me to Jamie.
Yeah,
Can you go a little bit further
yeah.
and look at him, yeah? Okay, that's better, yeah. Yeah, a little bit further is better.
Cool. I'm gonna have to cheat it a little just because my script is on the same screen.
No, I understand. Or
I have the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Maybe really work on where you are going to turn and have that in your memory. Memorize those ones and come back to your screen.
So right here?
Yeah, that's okay. That's it. A little bit higher. Higher. That's it. That's better. Great. Okay, good. So the other thing, Jack, is just look back at your image again. Is just keeping yourself square, sort of small. Yeah, keeping yourself small. Your elbows in, so you're not breaking the
Yeah, no way.
I'm really glad this is being recorded because I'm curious to look back at it when I'm not actively doing it.
Yeah.
Do we want
Do you
to
want
try
to give
and
it another one? Yeah.
run it again with the eye lines?
Yeah, try it. Try it again.
Cool.
I'll give you another seat. Do you want the seat to start to bring you in?
Not if we have to go through all of the zoom and clicking, just thinking about timing.
Let me just bring you up again, then we'll just fade up in black, all right?
Well, I didn't expect that back.
Ready then.
So you need to make sure you wear the ventilator every night, and if you're struggling during the day.
Right. Ventilator at night, or if I'm struggling.
Remember the early symptoms of hypercapnia, the morning headache, the breathlessness of a chest infection.
So, if I get short of breath or have a bad morning headache, I just need to call. Right.
And do you remember which injection was which? The bigger one, that's 3 times a day. That's a bit more painful.
Yeah, I recall. And the other one?
That's 3 hours, every 3 hours during the day. But it shouldn't hurt as much.
Every 3 hours. Right.
And you know about the tube to your intestines?
Yeah. I just need to be slow and careful with meds in the feeding tube.
And don't forget to squirt this in your bladder every day. That's the biocidal one.
Biocidal. How could I forget? I think I've got it. It's strange, startling, stunning to realise that the difference between life and death is what? A machine that breathes for me, 2 injections, a hole into my intestines, and a solution to clean my bladder. Sobering. If it wasn't for modern medicine, Now, I just have to grit my teeth and get through it. So there's a point there then in that last couple of lines where I'm kind of switching from any focus on the Doctor. So like the I think I've got it is kind of the last thing I say to the Doctor.
Yeah.
And then after that it's a lot more piece to camera. So I should think about that in terms of eyeline.
Would that be the point where you transition then to this other scene where it goes to this, basically goes to that scene where you're much more bigger?
Yeah.
And I could just go to, I'm typing away in the background.
Yeah, we've just got these two figures in the background and me. It's strange, startling, stunning to realise that the difference between life and death is what machine that breathes for me. 2 injections a day, an extra hole in my intestines, and a solution to clean my bladder. Sobering. If it wasn't for modern medicine, I would. Now, I just have to grit my teeth and get through this.
Yeah, that's great. That worked really well for Cameron. So I might suggest on the, you know, I know it works with Jack sort of a bit distracted, looking through his emails and stuff. But actually, Jack, I think it works better if you give Jamie more attention, particularly when he's speaking to you. Sometimes you're saying a line to him, and as he replies, you're looking away. I think it's better if you hold the look, just give him a little bit more focus. I think will help it, and then we can have that sense of distraction. But I think keep going back, and even I think for his last sort of monologue camera there, it's probably nice that you're looking, you know, for most of it, because he is saying, you know, kind of a very sort of powerful thing, and I think if being distracted may not work so well. Maybe just clock it, feel it a little bit for him. Yeah. I think would just help. So it's playing, getting a balance between that I'm distracted, but also actually I'm a professional who feels things a little bit. Or for me, I don't know if that's how you want to play it, Jamie, but it's just for the audience. I felt that might be the way that it'll just have a little bit more power. Focus.
I didn't hear all of that, but I think I got the gist, and I think there's something interesting there with that last scene, that last, like, almost monologue bit of the sense of kind of missed connection, that now I'm talking and the Doctor's looking at me and not getting anything back. Yeah. That, like, this is actually something that kind of connects, but I'm no longer there to connect, and the Doctor's left kind of with that hanging missed connection.
Yeah.
Whereas
in which
earlier
case,
on,
what would be the eye line for the Doctor at that time? If you're the focus.
For me, it would be primarily Jamie. I'd kind of give him focus. I'd just look at him as he says that. But
I guess it's just finding.
Yeah, if you start turning your head, Jack, and Steve says stop when you're in the right place.
That's the right place. That's the right place.
That's really interesting, because suddenly that takes Jack completely out of the Zoom call almost.
Yeah.
Jack, can you try looking in that direction, but looking down slightly as well? I think that works quite well, because you're both looking down at me, but also looking down at the Zoom window. With, like, both of the U's are looking down at me. But of course we'll have lost the second Jack anyway, so ignore that, Jack. There's no need to look down, because you won't be looming.
Sorry. Okay, but we have, as I said before, you've got 2 Jacks there. One's on the big Zoom screen, and one is perched above you. So I think you can go from the Zoom from that eye line to then coming squarer again, looking down, so that the perch Jack is looking at Jamie.
But we won't have the perched Jack in that scene.
Oh, we won't. Oh, sorry. Then ignore that.
That little, because by that bit we've got me zoomed in more.
Yes, because we're going to merge to this.
Okay. So it's just that.
Oh, then keep that that eye line and slightly up. Yeah.
Sorry, I've got a funny thing with my merge there. I don't know why it's not working. I'm just going to probably merge it much quicker manually. When you do it. So what is the cue to go from that scene to there?
I think I've got it.
I think I've got it.
Because that's the last thing that I'm saying to the doctor, really, and now I'm inside my own head.
Okay.
And then there's something of like, this is interesting to the doctor because they're not getting me anymore. Like, is that sense of like privacy being invaded again? That is one of the things I think this telepresence stuff does really well. Luke, what time do we need to start packing up?
Probably in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Cool.
I'd say.
So 1:45 at the latest.
Yeah.
What is it the latest, Jim? Do you want to try just once more, but with I'll do that. I'll cue that fade. I'll fade it. I won't merge them on. I think I've got it.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. We'll try from the top. So I'm gonna fade you in here. Fades up from black. Okay, let's do it this way. Fades up from black.
So you need to make sure you wear the ventilator every night, and if you're struggling during the day.
Right. Ventilator at night, or if I'm struggling.
And remember the early symptoms of hypercapnia, the morning headaches, or the breathlessness of a chest infection.
So, if I get short of breath or have a bad morning headache, I just need to call, right?
And do you remember which injection was with? The bigger one, that's 3 times a day, and that's a bit more painful.
Yeah, I recall. And the other one?
That's every 3 hours during the day, but it shouldn't hurt as much.
Every 3 hours. Right.
And you know about the tube during testing.
Yeah, I just need to be slow and careful with meds in the feeding tube.
And don't forget to squirt this in your bladder every day, that's the biocidal one.
Biocidal. How could I forget? I think I've got it. It's strange, startling, stunning to realise that the difference between life and death is what? A machine that breathes for me, 2 injections, a hole in my intestines, and a solution to wash my bladder. Sobering. If it wasn't for modern medicine, I wouldn't be. Anyway, now I just have to grit my teeth and get through this.
Very
And then
good.
from that we get interrupted by the panel again.
It's a wrap. Very good. Yeah. That's
And
good.
if
That's good.
if in theory, when we do the next round of like post-production, we could also then bring the panel like expanding out of Jack's screen again, so that we get that sense of like, were they always there on the Zoom call? Like I quite like the creepiness that this allows of like a sense of who's eavesdropping and when.
Yeah. How are you doing? I think that's good. There's some good material there. I've recorded it all, Jamie. Just wanted to quickly show you tomorrow. You've got. We're working with. It's Jade, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, Jade.
Jane or Jade.
Jade, as in the
right, Jade. Yeah.
what's
The
As
stone.
in the gem.
the stone? Correct. That's the word I'm looking for.
Excellent. Well, we've got this particular scene here, that we're going to work with. So Jamie appears like that in the chair. So, and then these are still images, but this could be Jade coming on. The one thing I didn't mention to Cal, and I don't know how easy it might be to do tomorrow, is whether there's another light source that you're not using for chroma keying, it's just a theatre light with a bit of a pink gel in it. I don't know how simple that might be or not. Do you think that's some last minute? Is that quite a complicated thing to arrange?
No, we can probably do, if you wouldn't mind, because I've got a load of stuff, I've got a load of work now. If you wouldn't mind just dropping in a line, saying get a theatre light with some pink gel, he'll probably be able to do it. But I've got from 9 o'clock in the morning I'm doing lots of stuff, I'll probably forget.
Okay, no problem. What do you think, Jamie? Would that be appropriate to try and do that?
Yeah, and I think also, like, the original bit that we were going to use was the bit every day my carers take my body.
Yeah.
They hold it. But the other option would be to turn an earlier section into more of a conversation.
Yeah, okay.
Because I guess it depends really how much movement Jade has around me.
Yeah.
Because I think otherwise, like, the kind of, and then I stopped and I was like Icarus. Whether that would actually be made more powerful by another figure, or whether we should stick with the kind of, because what I'm very aware of is that I can't move on this green screen.
No.
Because the minute I move, I pull the tape up.
That's also that shot of the Icarus scene. I should have looked at that, because that's quite amusing.
That's a gorgeous shot, though.
That's so cool.
I've got the paragliding coming round.
Yeah.
That works.
Jamie,
That's
if you
incredible.
want Joe to do some dialogue and so on, I'm sure she'd be delighted. If you're able to just email a script through so that she has an early sight of it, I can put it through to her and so on. Just so you know, sorry, Jane's disability is hard of hearing. But she has a hearing aid and she does lip read, so we're hoping that the communication will be fairly straightforward. But she's actually learning theatre studies and acting and so on. She's 22. I met up with her. She's very, very nice, very good. Someone else will also be there tomorrow, just so you're aware, called Peter, and he's from Disability Arts in Singapore. He's one of the main theatre tutors working with disabled performers. And he was delighted. He knew about your work and all that, so he's coming along as well. But I'm just letting you know he'll be there. But the performer is Jane.
That's fantastic.
I'm getting some of this, which will hopefully.
Yeah.
Sorry, I also use hearing aids, and we've got a kind of complicated speaker set up at the moment. But I caught quite a bit of that. And with this bit, also for Jade, a lot of it will be trackable based on if I'm speaking versus if I'm silent. So even if she's not getting the lines, she'll know whether there's speech or silence, which will be helpful for cueing. And then I think it's also the extent to which she could realistically move around me. So in the regular show, people there's a bit where they spray like a perfume atomizer, like put gel in my hair, that kind of thing. So it's the extent to which she can realistically move and figure in space around me, versus the extent to which that doesn't quite work, and how we communicate that. So I think ideally we want to spend as much of the session as possible in the actual playing with movement and layer, because I think it's going to take quite a bit of working out to get that realistic touch. Jack, are you able to forward the script on?
To whom?
Forward it to me and I can forward it to Steve.
Oh, actually, I can do this, don't worry, I'll forward it to you now, Paul.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I've got it, I think I've got it anyway, but I'll forward it. Yeah, forward it to me, Jane, and I'll forward it on to Steve.
And what's the actual scene? So you've had some dialogue, but what's the character name or the scene, so that you know?
So there's no dialogue.
Okay.
It's all in the movement. It's the scene titled Paralysis.
Paralysis. Okay.
Yeah.
can I just check before we go? Do you need me to send my code to Jackie as I've used Jackie's, or is it kind of a
please. Would you swap?
cool?
Swap
No
yours
worries, I'll
with
correct that.
Jackie. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Brilliant, cool. And it's 1:45, so I will move out of the green screen bit
Okay.
so that we can start packing up.
All right. Wonderful.
And I've sent the script, forwarded it on to people, so hopefully it will.
Yeah. All right, Steve.
Thanks very much. I'll log out now.
Brilliant. See you tomorrow.
Great to see you, Jamie. Jack. See you tomorrow.
Bye now.
See you, thank you so much.
See you again. And I will hop off here as well.
Great.
Amazing, thank you so much, Jack.
Yeah.
I know it's
No
a lot of
worries,
technical
we'll do it.
faffing, but also I'm really glad that we had you for this today, rather than an actor we don't know, so that hopefully now on like Wednesday and Thursday we're able to dive in a bit more.
Fabulous. Yeah, I thought that would probably be best.
Less of a tech test, yeah.
Fab. Yeah, give me a shout if there's anything you need.
Will do, thank you so much. I've sent the script.
Yeah.
Brilliant, cool.
So, just remind me of the log on the
Alright.
CPT.
I can email it to you.
Sorry.
So I'll just...
CPT
1994.
1994. That's right.
I will forward it to you now. There we are. I scanned the sheet of paper and put it on Google Drive, so I sent you the sheet of paper, which has all of the logins and things.